My titties look good.
Take two.
Take two.
Episode 2.
Of the realtor and his psychic.
Yeah. Are you gonna intro us? Yeah.
I'm gonna intro us, yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
You did really good. I enjoyed that.
Oh, are we already
It's
recording?
already recording,
Oh,
but
lovely.
like, it's fine. We don't have
Okay.
to do it right now. When you're ready. When you're ready.
You know what? I'm not choking back on my water.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
I wish, girl.
It's like natural lip plumper.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. That was so good when you're done.
Yeah. Right? All the blood flow.
Oh.
Shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to talk about first? Maybe we should discuss that. What do you want to talk about?
Just roll with it. We should have a topic, shouldn't we?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I'll start with an idea, then we'll get into it.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, look at that face, juicy. Anyways, focus, James.
Juicy.
Well, hi, I'm James the City. This is your Beauty Witch in the Six, and together we are your realtor and his psychic. Whoop whoop.
I'm the realtor, right?
You're the realtor.
And you're the psychic.
I'm like tapping in.
You know, I did used to sell houses before.
Really?
Yeah. So, but not like older house. Like I used to sell new build.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you didn't have to have your license.
Yeah.
I think now you do to sell new build. But...
There's like a fine line.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to work for Fernbrook Homes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah. And so that was good. And lots of very mafioso people in that industry.
Allegedly. I was gonna say allegedly.
Yes.
So I did this video the other day. We obviously in the trend on TikTok about the clean girl aesthetic is out, mob wife aesthetic is in.
Yes, I'm so excited. This is my role.
Okay. So I allegedly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Allegedly.
Okay, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
I love anything to do with that, with the lifestyle. The underworld, the lifestyle, wise guys. Allegedly. And so I called someone who is very close to my heart the other day, and I was like, so question for you. What is the traditional role of a mob wife? She kind of ran it down. I'm like, would you care if your boyfriend texted you, your husband texts you 27 times a day? No, if you text your husband 27 times a day? She's like, sweetie, no. I don't care what my husband does, as long as the gumad's not coming around my kids. She's like, I will rent the gumad an apartment, let her go do her thing with my husband. I don't need to see her or him.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is mob wife behavior.
That is 100%.
Leave the kids alone.
Yeah. And it's true. It's true. The kids shouldn't be dragged through that kind of stuff. And if you don't like it, you leave. And if you don't care.
Leaving a mob is hard.
No, but as a wife, maybe.
Yeah.
Even hard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to be like excommunicated.
I have to rethink this. I was really starting to think about investing in strip clubs and laundromats and
girl, I will invest right with you.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No, I'm dead serious.
Okay, but side note, obviously chicken wings make the best strip clubs. Strip clubs make the best chicken wings.
Do they really?
Yes.
The last time I went to a strip club was many moons ago, and I was doing it for like learning purposes because I was doing pole dancing and stuff like that, like taking lessons and stuff like that. And I don't recall ever eating there.
Most people don't. But I would go with my dad when he had business to do, and I would sit in the back and they'd make me chicken wings, and they were the best wings ever.
Oh my god.
Like my Uncle Spiro owns a bunch of strip clubs.
Oh.
And I just
Which ones?
Pretty much anything along Bloor.
Okay. Are we gonna go one day? We should go one day.
Okay, I was actually gonna say, since you mentioned like pole dancing, can we do a cardio striptease class?
Yes.
Because they are so much fun.
I would love to. I somewhere in this house own all of Carmen Electra's.
You know what?
We could do a video. I met Carmen Electra and Dennis Rodman.
Love Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. Yeah.
So years ago, with my ex-husband, we used to have a house in the Dominican Republic. I dyed my hair blonde.
Okay.
But the salt water in the ocean turned my hair green. Okay.
Chlorine or the salt water?
Salt water.
Okay.
So just picture, I don't go other pools. So picture my hair is now green.
Yeah.
I am tanned like a mofo.
Yeah.
At this point, I had like 3 or 4 piercings in my ears.
Yeah.
All the locals were like, Dennis Rodman, Dennis Rodman. And I'm like,
you're tall enough.
I'm tall, green hair, I'm dark, and I'm like, oh.
I'm gonna roll with
Can I
this.
get a
You've got
like
the lips. Yeah, you're good.
mine are real.
I know.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of
But
is. Yeah.
can like I get a dinner reservation?
That would
Like,
be a wild night. Like
yeah.
that, like I think guy or girl with Dennis Rodman would probably be a wild night.
Oh my God. I don't think I would sleep for 4 days.
I don't think there's a lot of things you could do for 4 days after a ride with Dennis Rodman.
I'm
Yeah,
a
sorry, we
tall,
allowed
so
to
I
talk
don't
about this
know.
on here?
Yes. You got that, eh? So
Right?
the
Okay.
whole purpose of this podcast is I'm in real estate. Ange is a psychic, a beauty media, sorry, a medical medium.
Yes.
She owns a beauty spa, and
Yes.
a lot of our lives are kind of intertwined with social media. We have a lot of similarities, and one thing that we have been kind of getting on recently is repetitive numbers, numerology, and angel
Yes.
numbers.
Yes, yes, yes.
So Ange and I, we were chatting just a few minutes ago, and the numbers were 1023. So 123,
Yeah.
which stands for we are
Going on the right path. You're going in the right direction. Do not stop. Like you might feel like you're traveling alone right now,
yeah.
or it's a new beginning or something like that, but you're going in the right direction. Don't give up.
So
Absolutely.
what were we talking about right before that? Do you remember?
I don't know.
What have you been manifesting?
Oh, a new vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so going in the right direction. And that's the thing too, is that I'm in a very unique position right now that I could either spend 4,800 plus HST to fix my current vehicle, or I can get the vehicle of my dreams
Mm-hmm.
and put that $5,000 on that vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can get zero down, I'm gonna pocket the 5 grand.
Hell yeah, girl. Pocket
Let
that
somebody
five
else's
grand.
money work for me.
Put it in the laundromat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm telling you.
How do you
Or
think
vending
all
machines.
ATMs?
I want an
Me
ATM.
too.
No, I had one before.
Stop. I want one.
No, I had one before. I was renting it, so they got a commission, but I want to buy one. I have the perfect place for it in the spa. I'm telling you guys, we're gonna are we allowed to talk about these things on here? Like you never know what you're gonna get with us. You might get ghost hunting, you might get psychic messages, you might get real estate advice, you may learn how to become a mob boss.
I can help you with the last one. As I flick my weave with the hair that I don't have.
I'll flick it for you.
Yes, queen. Where's your wig?
I've got some. You want to wear one?
Can you imagine? She's like, no, okay. So I did a pride photo shoot,
Yeah.
where they put me in full drag, like right
Okay.
after. So I did my magazine cover in June.
Yes, I remember.
The makeup artist was like, I love your facial structure.
Yeah.
Can I put you in drag for the cover of whatever magazine it was? I'm like,
Yeah.
if I want to cover it, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So the first wig was like 6 bundles of hair. It's heavy. It's a
Yeah.
lot. But I was like, oh, I'm like flicking her. I'm like, what's her name? So, like Denise came out, right? So like I'm running around just like I'm in my underwear, like this massive weave, I'm full makeup, I got nails on,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yes, queen, work, slay, hunty, mama, boots. And then they put on the last wig, and it was this curly, like seductive, sexual weave. I don't know what came over me, but they wanted a shot like me licking a lollipop. I became a porn star.
I'm telling you.
It was hot.
I'm telling you.
Except the photos, I look like my mother. Because my mother's a drag queen. My mom is like a little bit stuck in the 80s. So picture my mother.
I can't wait to meet your mom.
She's Greek. She's tall. She's big hair, big tits.
How tall
big,
is she?
like 5'11".
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah,
big,
statuesque. Yeah.
big boobies.
Yeah.
And she's loud personality. Obviously, she's Greek.
Yeah.
Bible thumping Christian woman.
Yeah.
But will like won't even blink twice to cut a bitch.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We were talking before we came on live about how today I have my hair straight.
Mm.
I heard this. I went to bed with wet hair.
Okay.
So this is like God given. This is how I wake up. Some people have to straighten their hair. I definitely don't have, like it is bone straight. And I'm feeling self-conscious about it because I usually curl my hair. I have a contraption that like crimps underneath my hair,
Oh.
which then causes friction, which then because the
Ooh.
bigger the hair, the closer to God.
Yes.
And because I'm a psychic witch, apparently I'm really far from God, even though he so God gave me these gifts, but I still want to be closer to him if I can.
You know what?
Don't we all? Like you got height, I got to get the height from somewhere.
But here's the thing, okay? So whether it's Christianity, Judaism, I'm trying to think of the other one, what's it called? Islam, Muslim? What's it?
Yeah, both.
Like, right.
Yeah.
Like they're all kind of tied in with spirituality, the universe. Like it's all there's a higher power for all of us.
Yes.
Right. Some people believe in God, some people believe in the universe, some people believe in Both. Like, I believe in God and the universe. To me, they're
Yeah.
kind of like two in one,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah. To me, it's interchangeable.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like um the Holy Trinity at
Yeah.
the end of the day, right? Like it's all kind of the same for me. And I think that there are all these different names and everyone argues over who is the right one, but nobody denies it's there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like nobody denies that there is a higher power, and it just doesn't matter what the higher power is. If we all just agree that there is a higher power, what does it matter which one is which
Yeah.
or the right one? What if it's all the same,
Yeah.
right? That's what I think. It's all the same.
Yeah. I just like my brain just had like a vision and then I had to stop for a second.
What was your vision?
Okay, so I have a I don't want to say friend.
Hmm.
We were talking about this earlier
Yeah.
that oh, I don't know if I can say this. I don't know if I can say this.
We can always cut it out if we have to.
You know what? Okay, so let me like
Rethink. We're
rethink how I
pausing.
want to
Do, do, do,
okay,
do,
so I know of
do.
someone who recently had someone in their circle pass away.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
For some strange reason, the passing away person, the person who deceased, whose soul is
Hmm.
fluttering off, to me, I just had this like horrible vision that something bad happened.
What do you mean?
Like,
To your social circle friend?
no,
To the spirit?
yeah, to the person who passed.
Like happened bad after they passed? Like in
Mm-mm,
the other realm? Like before?
that caused them to pass.
Mm.
Yeah,
But everyone knows that this person is deceased.
apparently. Like to me, I feel like something bad just like happened to the person before they passed away.
Are we talking about the same person here?
Yes.
Okay. So in my scanning, because I'm the same place I'm going to, yeah.
Hmm.
Um, that's why I'm going,
Yeah.
because that energy is still there.
Yeah.
And there was I think some half truths around there. But that's, yeah, that's definitely like an off camera topic, but your intuition was bang on there.
Honestly, it was like the craziest thing, Ange. So, guys, like I've been tapped into my intuitiveness since being around Ange.
Mhm.
You were
You had it before, but
it's heightened
sitting
now.
here knee to knee,
Need to need.
knee to knee,
Oh.
you are going to get those kinds of
It's
things.
like I looked into your eyes and I saw the
Mhm.
room, I saw the living room, I saw the person and the person. Like there was two people in that room when she passed.
And nobody said anything. Mhm. So it's kind of like a it's a bizarre situation. But yeah, we'll talk about that because then we can use names and we can use references and stuff like that off camera.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously, maybe not the best idea to do it on here. And you never know. We might talk about this again. And if you're interested to know what happened in this situation, at a future date, I can definitely talk about because I'm actually going to go and cleanse the space.
Yeah.
So I will have more details after that, and anything I can share without obviously mentioning names we can share. But there's tons of that is one way of knowing. And sometimes I call that like a it's like a piggyback intuition, right? So
Hmm.
it will heighten your intuition. And sometimes it's like I'll be thinking something and then you will say it or somebody else will say it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, did I think it and then they said it? Like I gave it to them or they gave it to me.
Yeah.
Like it's this whole like I said, the chicken or the egg,
Right.
all day, every day goes through my brain. Like, because even though I'm well versed in all of this magical stuff and it's been my entire life, I'm still learning too.
Hmm.
And I have so many questions, and I was raised without a mentor in this situation. So I had to highly um, rely on my own intuition and what feels good and what doesn't feel good, what resonates and what doesn't resonate. You know when something resonates because every hair on your body
Yeah.
will stand up. And I forget who I was talking to the other day, but like the hair on my face stood out.
Mm.
And I was like, shut up.
Yeah.
And true story, I had a girl in here yesterday, off topic. She was coming in for a reading and she's kind of a little bit of a hot mess, which she would admit she's a hot mess. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, in my head, seeing her with my brother.
Hmm.
And I'm like, huh. And she's new to the area and she's in a bad relationship and she kind of wants to get out. And in my head, I'm thinking, and I couldn't. Sometimes my brain is like, don't say it, and my mouth is like, just says it because that's spirit talking through me. And I said, I know you're in a relationship right now, but I think you'd be really good for my brother. And she's just like, oh, you even believe that when I'm coming to you in such a hot mess? And I was like, I see your potential. And I think that you would be good for my brother. They're the same age, they have the same interests. And I was just like, I could see her
Mhm.
on one of her paths. That's my greatest gift, is seeing all the paths that a person can take. Seeing her on the path with my brother.
It's it amazes me how that happens.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And I had to say it, like, how unprofessional, like, at the end, she reached out to me after, and she's like, "Oh, about your brother." I was like, "I'm really sorry." She said, she's like, "No, can you send me a picture?"
Oh, so now we have your beauty witch in the six, a medical medium. I
Matchmaker.
was gonna say matchmaker,
That would be
like,
really good to start too.
oh my god, yes.
Intuitive matchmaking
Yes.
based on your, like, astrological signs.
If I get one more goddamn Gemini,
Oh, my husband's a Gemini.
I know, but I love Justin.
I know, he's good. He's good.
Um,
Even though he's like the worst match for me.
mm,
Like, my best match is another Pisces.
really?
Yeah. Isn't that
See,
insane?
I've only dated, like, seriously dated Geminis.
Mhm.
I've had, like, mini dates with other Aquariuses and Pisces,
Mhm.
but the other Aquariuses were toxic and the Pisces became my best friend. But, like, my ex,
Yeah.
Gemini, my first husband,
Yeah.
Gemini,
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Sunday,
Yeah.
Gemini.
That's going okay. No?
Oh my god,
No?
is it
Okay.
ever? Oh my
Okay.
god, it's so
Yeah,
cute.
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah.
And you were in a haunted hotel. So would you stay in the haunted hotel? Like, if we did
Yes,
like an overnight and we set up cameras everywhere?
yes. So, I used to do the Banff Western Connection Conference, in Banff every year
Mhm.
at the Chateau Lake Louise,
Yeah.
and there's a room on the 4th floor that's haunted, and I've always wanted to stay in it, but no one wanted to stay in it with me.
Oh, I'll be there.
Okay,
Like, we
but
might not sleep. Like, we might actually have to be like
right, but there's also, like, on a more local
Yeah.
scale, there's
Yeah.
is it the Queen's Landing or
Oh, in Niagara on the Lake.
yeah, or the
Yeah.
Prince of Wales, one of the
Yeah.
2, there's a
Yes.
haunted
Probably
room.
both of them. Yeah. 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 That's not far. And we could
But
shop after.
also, so my old real estate, yes, and drink wine, and drink wine.
Yes.
My old real estate office,
Yeah.
on King Street downtown, so King and George,
Yeah.
the building was it's an old Victorian building, was an old hotel.
Okay.
So my office used to be in the basement. I had the Harry Potter office under the stairs. There's a bar next door.
Okay.
The amount of times I've seen people walking back and forth through the walls, I'm like, bitch, where are you going? It's 9 a.m. It's not time for Caesars. It's a Wednesday morning. Why? It's people, it's spirits walking
Yeah.
through.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, we could definitely go set up there and see what's going on if they would let us back in the building. Maybe they will.
Yeah, I'll have to like sneak in. I'll be like, hey, I'm here.
And that's another thing that we want to talk to you guys about too, is going when we go places, you're going to know the history. We can sense the feel the vibration of the building, and then we can see how those correspond.
Yeah.
Like, that would be fun too, because you know a lot of history in Toronto and old Toronto. And I would love to explore that kind of stuff.
But even like out more like in suburban rural settings, like I showed a house in Raglan,
Yes.
which is not too far from here,
Yeah.
and beautiful house, custom
Hmm.
built home. And I remember like walking onto the property and just like I took 4 steps out of my car towards the front door. I'm like, like in my gut. And
Hmm.
my client's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I feel ick right now. Showed them the house, they loved it. So I called the agent, I'm like, I'd love to put in an offer. She's like, I have to disclose something to you. And I'm
Someone
like,
died there.
murdered,
Yeah.
murdered,
I
murder.
knew that as soon as you said your stomach felt that way, I was like,
Yeah. She was like gunned down on her front lawn by her ex-husband because she had an affair. Well, he thought she had an affair. It was his
mm,
baby.
mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Right? That's what I'm saying. And so, like, even this house is highly haunted. Like, this house that we're in,
Hmm.
the original house was built in 1854.
Okay.
This was added on in 1988.
Okay.
Okay. But there is a Native American man who haunts this place. There's a guy who I named Bob.
Okay.
Native American man never says a damn thing, but he will. Remember when I said if somebody shows up right here and you don't, that's who I was talking about. Like, right, like inches from my
That's
face.
Bob or Native American man?
Native American man,
Okay.
and he says nothing.
Just hangs out.
Hangs out.
Like, hey girl, what's good?
Then there's Bob, who's typically around the corner here.
Okay.
There's Sarah, who actually came through the spirit box and said that she died Canada Day weekend, 1972.
Oh my God.
So I tried to find, and her name was Sarah. She gave us Sarah Johnson. We did see someone who died. We were able to find a Sarah Johnson that died in that weekend of 1972, but it doesn't say where she died. So I'm going to go ahead and think that if a Sarah Johnson died that weekend in 1972, that it was likely here. What she said was she was attending a Canada Day event on the property. So
Hmm.
this would have been before this happened.
Yes.
And I don't know when the original owners bought. I do know that they did the upgrade in 1988, so obviously they owned it before that. But that she was getting ready to leave this Canada Day weekend party, and somebody backed over her. They didn't see her.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So, from like a real estate perspective, someone had like a haunted house or
yeah,
haunted property. Let's say, because you have the barn.
yes. Oh, it's very haunted. There's a
So,
man that hangs out in the barn,
right.
and he used to watch the horses. And this was like a horse barn. Like,
But let's say something happened to Sarah on the barn. Would her spirit stay where she was physically killed, or would she roam the property?
well, she comes in the house, and she
Okay.
was definitely killed outside the house.
Okay, so that's what I'm wondering. Like, well,
Yeah.
if the spirit's killed on the property, do they stay to where they were killed, or do they actually go in the home?
I think they can go wherever they want. But although the man who's in the barn has never come in the house,
Interesting.
but he's in the barn. And anybody who goes into the barn at nighttime feels it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was one time that we heard like somebody being dragged. It sounded like somebody being dragged. We were out back and Manuel was Peter Pants. She almost abandoned me. I grabbed her. She was not allowed to run away from me. She left. She's like, here, hold this, and took off. Like rude. I was like,
Amanda.
I'm not that fast, friend. I grabbed onto her. So I'll be grabbing onto you, you'll be grabbing onto me. But yeah, so there's tons of spirits that are on this property and they love to come out. If you believe in that kind of stuff, there's some fairies on the property.
Fairies.
Yeah.
Not just me. That is a
You're
gay
the
joke for
best
those that don't
kind.
get it.
Yeah. No shame, no game.
Oh my girl.
Um
I'm here. I'm queer, and I love drinking my beer, girl. Like I don't care. I am so far out of the
but
closet.
you're like so far out of the closet, but at the same time, you still exude masculine energy.
But here's the thing: it's non-toxic masculine. I'm very
Absolutely.
comfortable
There's a
as
very
myself as a
difference.
man.
Yes.
Like I've been in, like I just said, I was in
Yeah.
drag for a photo shoot.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable wearing men's clothing, women's clothing. I'm
Yeah.
comfortable going to a gay bar. I'm comfortable being my gay self.
Yeah.
But I'm also the guy that will have chicken wings and beer and watch sports because I played pro sports my whole life.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I was an athlete,
Yeah.
right? And like it's funny when I go
And
to
okay, so during that time of being an athlete, were you out of the closet or were you
I came out towards the end of my career.
okay?
So like before like my started taking things little to go to the next level serious.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like I could have gone,
Yeah.
provincial
Yeah.
or to the Americas.
Yeah.
And played
Yeah.
AHL,
Yeah.
OHL, or even Europe.
Yeah.
And that's when I came out because I was like, I just need to be myself. I don't want to hide. And I've seen friends of mine to this day who still have not come into their sexuality, male, female, and
Mhm.
even those who are struggling with their gender identity of on the board of trans, where they're angry, they have turned to substances.
Absolutely. Because
They
they're
have
trying to numb. They're trying to numb that part of them that feels shame.
exactly. They're
Mhm.
afraid of being their true self. At the end of the day, no one cares.
No.
No one
Not in
cares.
today's society.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like not in today's anything. And I think that if people stopped caring a long time ago, it would have made things happen faster.
Yeah.
But everything was closeted for so many moons.
Mhm.
And because if you go back in history,
My people were the first people gays. Like
I'm telling
the
you,
ancient Greeks, like we
orgy on orgy on orgy, as crazy as it sounds.
but it was hot.
Yeah. Well,
I,
and there was a lot of like concubines and stuff like that. Like if you actually look at history, the different cultures that had like concubines, they were men and women.
yes.
It wasn't like, anyways, we can get into the history of that kind of stuff forever.
Yeah.
But at some point, they decided it was wrong, or somebody decided.
I honestly, I'm gonna get into so much for saying this. The Catholic Church,
Yeah.
decided it was wrong, but their priests are out
They're
there.
closeted. Yeah.
I'm just gonna sip my water, girl.
Yeah.
You get the next topic, sweetie.
Yeah. Well, I am all about the conspiracy and not so conspiracy because they are actually proven. But so another topic for another day. What? Okay.
You good on time?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we're just checking if we're good on time. I am good. She moved her appointment. So
Okay.
yeah, we're good. And
I'm just playing Angela's assistant right now. I'm like,
yeah.
girl, you good?
It's just you've got 15 minutes before your appointment, Angela. Like
I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble, girl.
good, we're
But
good.
sorry, you talk about fairies.
Yes.
So explain So we know what spirit is. Explain what a fairy is.
So it's a hard thing to understand because they don't always show themselves to everybody,
Okay.
but you can often catch glimpses of them if you're looking.
Okay.
Okay? So sometimes when I'm on live, especially at nighttime, things get a little bit, and I'm open to it and my house is open to it. Like I welcome it in. I leave gifts and stuff like that for my fairies on my
Mhm.
altar and stuff like that. And but there's a place on the property. But so I welcome all. I judge nobody anything, including spirits, fairies, gnomes, whatever you are. You can come and hang out at my house. Everybody's welcome. But sometimes when I'm on live, I'll always call it out when it happens. I won't necessarily see it in front of my face, but I will see something come through. And it's not a fly. It's not like we could be sitting here now and it could have caught because we're kind of looking at each other. We're not necessarily looking at the screen, but it could have caught a fairy coming through here right now. And sometimes we don't see it with our naked eye, but the camera will catch it.
Yes.
Yes.
So that happened to me on a podcast with my girlfriend. I'm gonna shout her out, Kristen. She's from
Yeah.
LA. She's new to her psychic abilities. She calls it the Wayfair
Yeah.
Witch. I'm doing her podcast about like me and my business, my brand, social
Yeah.
media, life, the whole nine yards. And I'm like looking at the camera. All of a sudden, I just see this like white, looks like a feather floating. I nothing
Yeah.
to my naked eye. I saw it on the Zoom
Yeah.
screen,
Yeah.
and she's like, "That is someone. There's a spirit there."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay." So I'm looking, like touching the phone, like, "Where's this feather?" Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually caught a fairy. It's this is another place we should go next summer is Lilydale. It's a place in New York and it's all spiritualists, the whole town.
Was this in June that you went to this year? Was
Yes.
this right after?
Yes, the
That's
day,
right.
the day.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I we're in this forest, which they call the fairy forest. And there was this old tree covered in moss, but it was also covered in mushrooms,
Oh,
like tons and tons. And I was like joking. I was like, oh, look, it's like a fairy hotel. Right. Like, and so I'm like, I start at the ground and I go like this and I go up the tree. Like it's a massive, like old tree up the tree like this. And just as it gets almost to like, as far as I can like tilt the camera up, a fairy comes. Yeah,
that
I'm
is
not even
so cool.
joking. And that was the first viral video that I had on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, it got like 17,000 views within like 2 hours of me posting it.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
Which is crazy for me on Instagram. I've never had anything hit viral like that on Instagram.
Yeah, because your TikTok has gone crazy, crazy.
Yeah, it went crazy at the beginning, and then I don't know what their algorithms are, but yeah,
Yeah.
I do pretty good on TikTok. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, we both do pretty good.
yeah, we do.
That's why we
Click,
get
click,
along well.
click, click. Right? But yeah, so guys, you always have to let us know what you want us to talk about.
Mhm.
If there's anything that you would like to hear, if you want us to get into like, people always ask me because I'm really good at reading pictures and faces. Like if we want to talk about like celebrities, like what happened when Aaron Carter died, my social media blew up in my lives. People were like, Angela, what do you think happened? What do you think happened? What do you think happened? I think the same thing happened to him that happened to Whitney Houston.
Mm.
Just saying.
Well, on the topic of celebrities,
You're a celebrity.
well, thank you. I do have one conspiracy theory
Okay,
that I want to know
give
your
it to
thoughts
me.
on.
Yes, 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 yes. I love it.
John Benet Ramsey
Yeah. Katy
and
Perry.
yes,
Yes.
are they or are they not the same person?
I feel like they are.
Yeah, right?
I 100%. They have the same eyes, they have the same facial structure, they have the same nose,
Mhm.
surprisingly. Um, to me, yes,
Right.
100%.
And, like, even the way Katie dressed in the beginning of her career was very, like, pageanty, kind of, like, toddlers
It's
with
like they
tiaras.
were taunting us with it.
Yeah,
They were telling us for
yeah.
sure.
Because aren't Katie's parents, like, super
Religious,
yeah. And
yes.
wasn't John Benet's family, like, super, like, evangelical, like,
Yes, but
"Yes,
that's who went
God."
missing.
Mm.
But they say a lot of like, I mean, this is another rabbit hole, but they say a lot of like people like Disney stars and like young pop stars and stuff like that, um, were all like, this is gonna sound crazy, lab created.
I've heard that.
And actually, there's on the Today Show from like decades ago, they were talking about Zac Efron
Mhm.
and that his have you seen this? That his model of cloning or whatever it was created him. there was a fault and that something was going to happen to his face, and it would be almost like irreparable damage, that his face would never be the same. And that this would happen probably in the next 10 to 15 years. And well, didn't he get attacked by something?
Yeah.
And now his face is all distorted and
Yeah. And maybe that's why he's like bulking all the time to keep like the fat fill in his face
yes,
up.
I don't know, but that's kind of crazy. And that is something that you can actually like, it is Googleable, guys. It is something that you can fact check, that this actually showed up on television a decade, like 15, 10 years, 15 years ago, something like that. On the Today Show, they were talking about it, and how all these Disney stars were lab created
Yeah.
so that they could sing and dance
We can go for
and
hours.
act hours and hours. So stay tuned. And yeah.
Well, we have a little tradition that we'd like to like wrap up our podcast with. So as you guys know, Ange is a medical medium. She's got psychic abilities, and we like to wrap up every episode with a message for the collective. So a card, as Ange was shuffling, fell right out onto her lap. And what is today's message for the collective?
Okay. It's number 14 for anybody who's into numbers. It's the High Priestess and leadership. I want you all to know right now that you are a master of something. You are an expert on something. And there are people out there who are willing to learn from you. So if you are thinking about right now doing something new, a little bit outside of the box, um, something even like what we're doing, or something new, if there's something new that you want to do and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to find an audience for it, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, I don't know if people are going to watch this or listen to me, you are going to nail it. There are people who are watching you, there are people who want to learn from you. Just do it. Do not hesitate. Be the strong leader that you are.
Ooh, a little ASMR.
A little ASMR. Tingles.
All right, guys. Once again, I'm James the City. This is your Beauty Witch in the Six, and together we are
The Realtor. And
and a psychic.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Big forehead kiss.
Mwah.